Lunafreya was sitting at the window, sipping a cup of tea and reading a book. All manner of birds and animals had been out that morning, more than usual, and she wondered if they knew something she didn't. Suddenly a small squirrel tumbled down from a tree outside. "Oh no!" she gasped as she ran to see about it. Heading quickly to the back door, she didn't notice when a courier arrived and dropped a letter for her. "Where is the poor thing?" she asked herself, searching near the tree. Finding the squirrel and gently scooping it into her hands, she closed her eyes, concentrating. The little creature was barely moving as Lunafreya began to give it breath of life. Opening her eyes, the small animal was looking at her intently. She smiled and reached up to place it back on the tree, just as Pyrian called from the house. "My Lunafreya, a letter for you." "Thank the aid," she exclaimed, grabbing the letter from him, ripping the wax seal as she began to read it quickly. Has died?" She repeated the scripted words out loud and sank to her knees on the grass. Pyrian standing near her, Lunafreya looked up to him with tears in her eyes and dropped her hands to her lap. "Pyrian," she cried, "Harry's dead." Reaching down to grab Lunafreya's arm, he said simply, "Come." And she stood to meet him. He helped her to a nearby bench and looked at her expectantly. "Shall I read it for you, my lady?" he asked. Nodding, with tears streaming down her face, she handed him the letter. He stood there reading aloud, Cork's words, with his voice full of compassion. She smiled. When he'd finished, she said, "We must leave at once, Pyrian." He nodded quickly in response. "I will be ready. I will be ready to leave in my room by noon. Will that be enough time for you to prepare?" she asked as she stood. "Yes, my lady. We shall leave post-haste." With that, he turned toward the house, leaving Lunafreya alone with her thoughts. Thoughts of death, life, love, and that fight that was to come.